Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Aztec Nation, to another episode, a new episode of the Sons of Montezuma podcast. It's a Kiss the Rings episode today. I am your host, Mateo. You could find me at Mateo San Diego on X, Twitter. Of course, us at Sons of Monty on X and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. I want to thank you guys for joining. Of course, I've been making this guy work all over Swish League, man. I'm surprised he joined me today, but I'm very happy. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. It is SD Sports Fiend. What's up, Fiend? How you doing?
I'm good, man. That wasn't work. That was fun. I had a good time. I've been having fun at Swish, so it's never worked for me, man. When you're doing something that you absolutely love to do, you can't consider it work. It's a labor of love.
Okay. All right. I like the sound of that. Well, you know what's not work? You guys hitting that like and subscribe button. Please help us out. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you are already not a subscriber, we encourage you to do so. We are the Sons of Montezuma podcast, talking all San Diego State football, basketball, softball, as many sports as we get our brain and get our cheering voices on. We will talk it. And we thank you guys for joining. Of course, it's a little bit of a different episode, right? It's summertime today. Hey, it's July the 1st for those of you watching on YouTube. And, we're going to talk a little hoops because Swish League has kept us busy, Fiend. I know what you're saying. It's a lot of fun. You've been a Swish League fiend for several years now. So since we've been doing this live stream, the Swish Sunday game of the week, like this is your element. This is a little bit new for me. I've gone a few times but to really immerse ourselves in the Swish League this year has been amazing. It's a really big undertaking. Like, I know what you're saying. It's fun. But I want to thank everybody for joining in the streams every Sunday. Of course, our volunteers. We have a lot of volunteer staff that's been helping, like yourself. Cameras, getting the internet networks, the microphones, the mixers. There's just so many moving parts, and to have it all come together every Sunday has been a little miracles every Sunday so far. But I plan on things getting progressively better. What's it been like on your end, Fiend, before we get into some of the basketball we've seen, just kind of being a part of the production?
Yeah, it's been really cool to see like the different camera angles and how that all works, and just a production of a live stream, come together with not just one angle, but multiple angles, and you have commentating staff and leadership team putting that all together. So very cool to be a part of that. I forget how much work you put into this. This is work for you. It's fun for me because I don't have to do nearly as much work as you do. But yeah, definitely enjoying it. And we've got some good feedback from people who have, seen the live stream and, just appreciate all the work that we're doing. So that makes us feel good.
Yeah, we got a good team around us. Andrew, Justin, to name two very important people there with me at the table. And for all you guys coming up to us at the games, just thanking us. It really means a lot. We're doing this for you guys. Not just Aztec Nation, but mainly Aztec Nation, right? But it's all San Diego hoops, the hoop scene in San Diego. It's a beautiful thing. So thank you guys all for your words, encouragement, all that good stuff. It's been fun. So every week is going to get a little better, a little more, adding a little bit more, refining our process, all that good stuff. But Fiend, let's talk some hoops, man, because, obviously we're all there and we want to see our Aztecs. We want to see them perform. Aztecs of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And it's been a lot of fun, man. There's been a lot of anticipation for certain players. There was hope that some players would be on a roster, some didn't. Yesterday was amazing, though, because despite some players not even being on rosters, man, they're up there in the stands, supporting their brothers there, watching the game. How cool was that to see?
I don't think I've ever seen that at Swish League, where you have almost entire roster supporting each other, and that's a really good sign. That guys who aren't playing are coming out to support, and that's showing good camaraderie, good chemistry with the team, which I think we knew that they would have, or you would think that they would have in a Brian Dutcher led team, but to actually see it is very reassuring, and so that was really cool. Getting to see guys like Goon and Farrell Compton, and even Jay Powell was there. Like he's in San Diego for the summer, so it was cool to see him, talk to him.
I was hoping we would see Heidi out there, but it may not be.
I think, yeah, Heidi was in the stands, but yeah,
Yeah.
he was not playing.
Yeah, so very cool, man. I mean, anytime you see that support, that's a good thing for the season coming up. But let's talk about some of the guys on rosters, right? I mean, it's all very nostalgic to see guys like a Skylar Spencer, like a Billy White, Lorenzo Wade out there. We all saw them last week in Valley Farm, that game, which was pretty awesome. If you were watching our live stream yesterday, we had UTG against NLYS. And that was a pretty dominating victory for the two-time defending champion over Understand the Grind. But if you stuck around for the very next game, you got to see Valley Farm again, and they pulled out that victory over the Goods, over Jeff Goodall's team. And it's just a treat to go down there and see it all. But let's talk about our Aztecs, right? Because there were specific guys that we all wanted to see out there on the court. Just initially right now, we're looking at JCJ with that layup move right there right now. I know you had some very cool things to say about seeing him for the first time go against some competition, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's his footwork, both on offense and on defense. So just the quickness for a guy that size, 6'10", and the way he can handle the ball. He's very finesse, but he's got a big body. So right there shows is a good example of him being able to get past his guy and get to the hoop and finish with the nice soft touch. And that's what you like to see around the rim is him use his body, but also have a soft touch to hopefully lay it in, maybe get some man once. So that was really encouraging to see. And then he has just a great stroke. I mean, his shot is pure, and he can hit those shots from the outside. So I don't know if we really want to go into like the possibilities of what this roster could look like, what the rotation, could look like. I don't know if we want to go there yet, but what I notice in JCJ is I don't really see a pure five. Like I see kind of a hybrid five. Like he could be a five, but he could also play the floor. He can also stretch the floor with his ability to shoot the three, with his ability to put it on the floor like you saw, with his ability to guard smaller players because his feet are quick enough on the perimeter and he's not going to be on an island and a liability out there. And so I think if we want to go big next year, San Diego State could play him at the 4 with Miles Heidi at the 5. And then you'd have two guys 6'10" in the same lineup. Wouldn't be at all surprised if that happens.
His legs, man. That's the first thing you take notice of. I mean, he's these big, strong legs. It looks like he could definitely move a bigger defender even to get position. And like you said, that quickness of his feet is just very impressive to see. I know I heard a lot of different comments from the stands, impressed with what they saw out there. Joey says JCJ is going to be so good. Glad to have him on the team. What's going on, Mr. Ganster? Thank you for joining on the chat here, and of course, Josh, Rob, all you guys in the chat. Yeah, a lot of excitement over JCJ. Of course, we had him on as soon as he committed. So seeing him live in some action, man, is very nice, very nice. Let's move forward on the next highlight we have here on some of these clips that we had. And somebody that well, look at this. The Byrd man. just pulling up, knocking down the three. Now this is your footage, Mr. Fiend. You had the bird's eye view right there. And boy, he's getting a lot of cheers from the crowd. Of course, Miles Byrd is very anticipated on having a breakout year this year. I think offensively, right, and defensively. I mean, he's so disruptive, and we're seeing it. That first game, the opening game against in the Swish League, he really put on a show. This past game yesterday, though, that we stuck around for. I mean, how many threes was he knocking down from? Did you say it was from NBA range?
Yeah, he hit 6 threes. One of them didn't count because he stepped on the sideline, but he hit it nonetheless. And so I think he was like 6 of 9 from 3, or 6 of 8, something like that. I mean, and this is the second game that I've seen him play shoot like that. Like the last game he played, he was just knocking down threes when we did the live stream. And I'm really impressed with his ability to shoot from the outside. It's something that he has. I mean, it felt like he got better as the year went on last year, and then he just carried that forward and gotten even better in the offseason. And so, man, he could be poised for a breakout year this year. He should get significant minutes. I would have to see you put him in the starting lineup, if he plays like this.
It's gonna be very, very tough if he continues this up to justify not. I mean, he's so rangy, so athletic, the ball handling skills, the defensive intensity. I mean, the very very well-rounded game. The assist, the playmaking ability, everything you're saying, man. And it's Swish League. I know some people out there feel like it may not be the best barometer, but let me tell you, when you're there on court and you see these guys are going after it, there is no, there's no slacking up in there because it's a summer pro-am. I mean, these guys are going after it for sure.
Yeah, they're playing hard and they're defending too. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of like plays off from these guys, even though it is a pro-am. I mean, they're getting after it. And so the one thing with the pro-am that you're not going to see a lot of is a lot of offense, like actions, and you can see basically isolation, one-on-one, pick and roll, things like that. You're not going to see a lot of offensive sets.
Yeah,
that's kind of the difference between like sort of more organized college basketball, pro basketball, than a pro-am.
All right, let's move a little bit forward because there's some more scenes that we wanted to see here. Now, of course, we all know with the balls, BJ Davis, and he was lining up yesterday, man. He had to bring them back a little bit from a deficit there, and so just seeing his action out there, seeing the aggressiveness. I think that was something a lot of people wanted to see. I know I was curious to see against him going against a Valley Farm team that is just stacked with Aztecs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I wasn't sure he was going to be on Goodall's team. So that was pretty cool to see him mix it up and get in there, right? Taking it aggressive to the rim. Nice little bank. What do you got to say about Mr. BJ?
For one thing, when I saw him, he seemed like he's taller than I thought he was going to be. I don't know if I've met him face to face, but just being up close, because where I sit at Viejas Arena is way at the top, so it's hard to tell how big these guys are, but he seems a lot taller than I thought he was. And man, he shot the ball really well, and like you said, he brought his team back. I mean, they were down big, and he basically just put the team on his back and carried them and almost pulled it out. He was getting fouled. He hit almost every free throw that he shot. He was hitting threes, and he hit several in a row, I think, at one point. You see these bank shots that he's hitting, great decisions with the ball, just a solid player. So I was really impressed with the way he played in that game.
Now we're continuing with some of this action here. You see him come up with the steal, get the little dish off, and a nice jam right there. So yeah, that aggressiveness, man, the command, being willing to take the command of that game and really just put the guys on his back. It's something you definitely want to see from a guy who really didn't get that many minutes last year. It's encouraging to see, and that's one thing I love about Swish. He gets a chance to really put in some minutes out there in a real game, officiated, all that kind of scenario, and it's in front of people, right in front of people.
Yeah, and to see him play like that is very encouraging because we lost a lot, right, at the guard position. Yes, we have some transfers that are coming in that are older, but it's nice to see that we have some depth there at the guard position, and I think that he is going to get some minutes this year. I think he'll be in the rotation.
Okay, so today we saw some videos come out from the actual Aztecs basketball program, and they're showing some clips, running some drills thanks to their Instagram. You get to see a little insight to inside the Jam Center, working with Coach B. It looks like right there. That's a first look that I've seen, which is awesome. It's like doing some drills, right? I'm excited to see what Coach B is going to do on these drills. Working one-on-one with these guys.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting just to see the difference in the offensive philosophy between him and Coach Acker, and what they're going to do differently this year. And some of it may just be based on their personnel, but I'm sure there's going to be just some different wrinkles with the offense than we saw a year ago.
Now, who is that with the ball down low? Is that Mr. Farrell? Man, I know there's a lot of
Yeah.
excitement about that going on.
Farrell, he was standing right next to Byrd outside of the gym at Lincoln High School.
Mm.
And I swear to God, he was a couple inches taller than Byrd. And Bird's like, what, 6'6", 6'7", at least?
Yeah.
I mean, so Compton, he does not – well, I think he's listed at 6'8", but I think he plays bigger than a guy who's listed that tall.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see him playing the 5 for the Aztecs. I think he has the body. He has a grown man's body for a freshman.
But the 5? Man.
Yeah. I definitely could see him playing the 5. Yeah. Yeah, he's big enough to play that position. Look at a guy like a Rope, right? A Rope played a lot of minutes at the 5. And he was only 6'6", but had really long arms. And Farrell Compton has that long wingspan. Plus, he's a few inches taller. I just don't know, if he's going to be able this year, if he's going to be able to spread the floor effectively. And so I think maybe having him closer to the basket, as a 5, might be a better fit for him. But we'll see. I mean, guys are going to rotate, play in different positions. I don't think you're going to have just sort of set positions on the floor.
Yeah, I hear you on the wingspan part, because that definitely allows you to play a lot bigger, than your height. I think we saw that with Nathan Mensah, right, where he's able to battle these 7'1", 7'2" giants, and as a 6'10" player or so, I mean, that wingspan really gave him an advantage that you're not expecting it, as we've heard Coach Koo say many times, right? You're not expecting it, and you see the guy's face out there. So Farrell, absolutely. I see W saying he hopes Compton is a true 6'8" and grows to 6'9". I think that's a definite. I mean, I couldn't see anything other than that happening. I mean, at such a young age right now, you got to expect, another inch at least. At least you would like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to see him play similar to the JT Toppin, right, from New Mexico. And he's about 6'8", 6'9". But I think JT played the 4. So I mean, yeah, maybe he plays. I don't know. Maybe he plays the 4, but I could see him getting minutes at the 5 too, because you got a guy like Magoon, right, who needs minutes, but he can really shoot the ball from the outside, so he's going to stretch the floor. And I don't know between the two of those guys who are better at setting pick and rolls. I would have to think maybe Farrell Compton is, because he's bigger. He's got wider base.
I like what DJ Dubs is saying in the chat. Talking about Boyd and Davis at the point, McKinney and Taj at the shooting guards, Waters and Byrd at the small forwards, Farrell and Magoon at the 4 spots, and then JCJ, Heidi, and DeMarshe. Man, it's that's good. That's good. Oh, we were hoping to see Farrell in the Swish. We were hoping to see Farrell. And talking about Magoon, They're both up there running the Drew League, right? The Drew League. You can't hate on that. Can't hate on that.
No, I haven't gotten any info about Bagoon in the Drew League, but the one game I guess that Farrell played, I don't know, maybe he's played multiple games, but saw a little video of him at the Drew League, and he played well. I think he had like 13 points, and this against some bona fide pros and high level D1 players up there.
Dub say Magoon bulked up in the Twitter photo. Magoon, yeah, we're gonna need it. We don't need it.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's put on some muscle, so that's good to see. The one guy we haven't talked about is Taj McGorville. So I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance. I guess he played. If he played, I don't know if he did, but it would have been the first game of the day.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to go to that one, but I did see him play. The first day, last Sunday, and man, his outside shot wasn't falling for him, but the guy was making unbelievable passes, taking care of the ball, really, really smart, and he wasn't turning the ball over. I mean, I was blown away just by how well he took care of the basketball and how well his passing skills are.
The IQ is there.
Yeah.
The basketball IQ is there. The skill set, you see it. Just the shot, it hasn't been consistent. And that'll come with time.
He's a tall guard too. He's like 6'4", almost 6'5", I think. So, and you notice it, when he's on the floor. So, he's a true freshman. Hopefully, he gets some minutes in this offense. We talked about Coach B's offense in a previous episode about how at Irvine he liked to do a bigger rotation than we were going at SDSU, like maybe 10, 11, sometimes 12 guys if they can play, right? If they're not a liability out there on the floor and are going to help you win. So Taj is a guy who could get some minutes for the Aztecs next season, definitely. And he'll be battling with BJ Davis, I think, for some of those rotation minutes at the guard spot.
Boy, we have not even talked about, Mr. Nick. Of course, when you're not seeing him at Swish, you got to factor Nick Boyd into the equation as well. But one person you were really hyped up on, Fiend. I think we know who you're grinning, Mr. Wayne McKinney. You were raving about the hops, man. You were raving about the hops. Fill us in.
I mean, windmill, behind the back dunks, before the game. I mean, and the guy's what, 6 feet, maybe 5'11", 6 feet, hangs in the air. I mean, he is exciting to watch when he's on the floor. And this last game that he played yesterday, it was kind of like most of the game, he was just like letting his teammates do their thing. He'd get in there, he'd score some points, but then, he'd let them do their thing. And they got down. They were down 10 points, I think, like midway through the fourth quarter. And Wayne was just like, okay, time to go to work. And he brought him right back. I mean, it was and one, bucket. I mean, it was amazing. The offensive show that he put on at the end of the fourth quarter when his team needed it to pull out that win.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready to see this new look backcourt of sorts, man.
Did you see the video of that? Did you see the video of the guy who he broke his ankles that I posted?
I did. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. I mean, he just kind of stutters. He just kind of paused and then blew right by the guy, and it just completely broke his ankles. Layup.
It was pretty effortless. It looked very effortless, like just natural, like wasn't even necessarily, just making the decision.
Man, he's the strongest guy on the court too.
Okay. Oh, Fiend's stuttering on us. Repeat that again. You were a little stuttering on us.
Have you seen the? Okay, so with Wayne, have you seen the shoulders on that dude? That
Yeah.
dude
Yeah.
is the strongest guy on the court. I mean, was talking to Byrd about him, and he said they call him Maurice Jones-Drew. He's built like, you know, a smaller running back, you know, and that's exactly how he's built. I mean, he's built like a safety. I mean, he can play football, you know, and he's a tank. I mean, he's going to be physical, and what that does for him is only being 6 foot, right? And that was a concern, you know, at sometimes with Darren Trammell, was that he'd get caught on a bigger guard and he wouldn't be able to, you know, they back him down and score over him. Wayne's a bigger guy, and Wayne, I think, plays taller. He plays bigger than his height. So and you saw it in Swish League. I saw it yesterday, where he got matched up on a guy who was like 6'5", 6'6". Guy tried to back him down, couldn't do it. You know, so that is reassuring to square up, right? So that's reassuring too, that, you know, even though he is in stature, right, a smaller guard, plays like a big guard, and he's not gonna hurt you if a big guy gets switched onto him.
Very good. Very good. Like that. I've been told I have broad shoulders a time or two. Didn't really help me out on the basketball court any, but what are you gonna do? Can't all be ballers, man. I wish I was a little taller. Have we seen DeMarsha at all during Swish? Curious if he makes a leap this off season. I have not personally. I don't know if you have either, Fiend.
Nope.
I know he's rocking a new do, so he might be camouflage out there that some of you guys may be looking for a different hairstyle. You know what I mean? You got to be like, oh snap, it's DeMarsha. But I haven't seen him personally.
No, I haven't either.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind. Guys, we're gonna take a little time out. We're gonna pay some bills, if you believe it. And try not to laugh too hard, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce that Smooth Sack Summer is officially here. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're groomed up from pubes to bun. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped, this could be your smoothest summer yet. Is the ultimate bundle to keep your boys cool while you look hot. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com when you use this promo code SUNS20. Inside the package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. And Manscaped even threw in 2 extra gifts to the Performance Package 5.0, Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is their 5th generation trimmer, so they've got it dialed down to a science. And right now, with that promo code SUNS20, make sure you save that 20% off, plus the free shipping and the 2 extra gifts. You can't beat it for summer to stay cool and look hot. Remember that. Manscaped.com. Take advantage of it today. Oh boy. Oh boy. Smooth Sack Summer is here, guys. Yeah, not much more I can say after that commercial. Like I said, it's not something I'm not necessarily like ashamed of making that commercial, but not necessarily proud of it either. So it's one of those things. But yeah, Manscaped, guys. Local company based out here in San Diego. Appreciate their willingness to partner with us. And excellent products. Excellent products. I could vouch very much. Tell them. Thank you, DJ Dubs, for the support. Appreciate that. Hey, you got to be smooth during the summer, man. You know, it's getting hot out there. It's hot in the gym, down in the hive. You know, you got to break out the fans. Got to make sure you stay cool.
Very important, man. That lower region hygiene, man. You gotta keep up on that.
You guys see the promo code. Go check it out, Suns20. That's on pretty much anything in your order. Of course, that package is a special deal, but anything on your order. Guys, okay, let's see. Are we gonna use that last scholarship? Dub is asking about the last scholarship. It doesn't look like it at this point, man. We're so late in the game, right?
I don't think so. I at this point, I I don't see anyone out there that's worth giving the scholarship to. That's not going to maybe create some discord within the team, and people wondering about minutes and stuff like that. I think we're good. I think we're good at this point. We're just young in certain areas, especially you know we got two freshmen looking, playing the four,
Yeah.
maybe five, but both in the rotation. Other than that, I mean, I think that's probably the only position that we really needed to address. But do we really need to? I think if these guys can perform, even though they're young, then there really is no need to use that last scholarship.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about some players that are now in the NBA, right? And that is one Jaedon LeDee and one Keshad Johnson. Now, neither of them were called out on the draft days, and the NBA had like a little bit of a different format now, right? It was like one day, and the next day, second round. So neither one got their name called out in that format, which is too bad. But they both did get picked up by teams. Now, you said it, Fiend, when a player transfers out more often, they're going to get referred to by being a member of the team they were last with. And that seemed to be the case big time with Keshad. I mean, seeing some of the interviews and just hearing all the social media stuff, it's always the U of A, player from the Wildcats, all that good stuff. Any thoughts, man? Any thoughts on Keshad? First, let's talk about Keshad first off. Getting his opportunity.
Well, first off, got to give a shout out to Shams, right? Because he on Twitter referred to Keshad as a San Diego State Aztec, and the Arizona fan base was going nuts, and I loved it. I loved every comment on there by the Arizona fans, and I think Ganster's an Arizona fan, so I don't want to go off on them too much, but yeah, it was, hey, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. And the way I look at it is he's an Aztec for life, and we just loaned him out to Arizona for 1 year, which is what we
I can
did.
live with that.
So I think he's going to have a pretty good pro career. I'm excited that he got a 2-way contract. That's fantastic. Those are not easy to get. If you don't get drafted, then you sometimes, Nathan Mensah had to go the route of getting that 2-way contract, but after going to summer league and then going to camp to earn, that and that's a lot of money. You're
And he
looking
gets
at
to go
like,
to Miami. He gets to go to
yeah,
Miami, man. That's not a bad deal. That's
gets
not
to
a
go to
bad
Miami
deal.
with like $500,000 in his pocket. I mean, that's pretty good, so that's, I'm happy for him. It's a good place for him to land, and I think he'll be a good pro.
Congratulations, man. Make the most out of it. Make the most out of it. Now when it comes to Jay LeDee, he's going up to Minnesota, right? Minnesota. Okay. I think it's a good spot for him, though, right? It seems like they could use him for sure.
Yeah, I don't know too much about their roster, like what their needs are, and how he fits in there. I think what they're getting is a player who's ready to play now, and if they need a guy who can, get rebounds, really hustle, also hit it from the outside. I mean, I think he did. He showed a lot in the camp that he was at. He didn't get the invite to the combine, but he pretty much dominated the one game that I saw him play. And the thing is, he was getting a lot of workouts too. So you're not getting workouts if you're not impressing the teams, and so we'll see. I don't know what his chances are of making that roster. It's tough to make a roster when you're not on a 2-way contract or you're not drafted. There's guys who are drafted in the second round who don't even make it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's tough. He's got it's I would say it's probably more of a challenge for him than maybe Keshad, sticking with that team, just because of where he's coming from. But all he needs is a shot, if he can get in there and play really well in summer league, get into camp, play really well. And if he has to spend a little bit of time in the, in the G League and, maybe that's what he needs to do before he's, fully ready for the NBA. But I think he is. I think he is ready. I mean, I think if a guy like Al Horford can, get minutes for the Celtics at his age, I mean, come on. Jaedon LeDee is he's like a clone of that guy. The size, the ability to shoot from the outside, the rebounding, and he's just a great team player. So I think he could, but will he get? I guess the question is he going to get a fair shot?
Fair shot. It's crazy how things have to you got to ride the waves, right? When it comes to businesses, contracts, the right fit on a team. He could be on a certain franchise, but they got other guys that they want to see first in their pecking order and see if they pan out. And then sometimes you got to, a franchise has to learn the hard way, or they're invested to take their time with a certain player. So it's going to be tricky to see, his journey, and it really is going to be a journey. Well, I agree with what you're saying. He's ready to play now. Are they ready for him to play now? And that's the big question. Talk about fairness. Yeah, I'm a Laker fan. But this is the nature of the beast, right? The business. LeBron wants his son to be drafted. He's gonna get picked up and signed by the Lakers, by my Lakers. And that's just kind of the nature of it, right? And that exists everywhere. Exists everywhere in any industry. You have somebody that influential. But at the same time, it's like, man, this is the path, and it's unfortunate because NBA is tough. We're talking about a worldwide league, and the competition is like everybody wants just one roster spot. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how my Lakers do. I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a circus, man. I don't know.
It's always been a circus, though. Lake Show has always been a circus, man. Since the
like
days
that.
of the forum.
No. It's been a show, but not a clown show.
Oh boy. Oh, Josh, Warriors fan. They got worse. Well, they did lose. They lost a big one, right? One of the Splash Bros. Sorry about that, Josh. Go Clippers combos with Kev. Yeah, Clippers is very tempting when you got the Claw out there, Norman Powell out there. Very easy to root for.
Didn't they lost? Who'd they lose? They lost Paul George, didn't they?
I believe so, man. Yeah. I believe so. Well, he's a Bulldog. It's okay.
I'd be selling the Clippers.
Oh.
Sorry, Kev.
Yeah. I'll have to figure something out. Oh, all right,
Fiend. Well, Jaedon LeDee.
Yeah, there you go. Keep him close by.
Then I buy in. Yeah. Then I buy in.
And if he's got to go down to Oceanside every once in a while, so even a shorter drive for us to go watch the Clippers in Oceanside. That's gonna be cool to see. Talk about local.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. Guys, what else we want to address? Before we sign off on this 4th of July week? 4th of July. I'm feeling very patriotic with my Montezuma flag camel brimmed hat that you guys could go pick up in the shop right now. Make sure you guys are doing that. Fiend, what's your 4th of July? Where's the best place you've ever celebrated your 4th of
Oh my
July? Is it
god.
San Diego? Is it
Yeah.
Chicago? I know you're a Chicago kid.
Yeah, no, I know exactly where I was and what I was doing. Yeah. Definitely San Diego. Big Bay Boom, and I got to watch the fireworks on the USS Midway. That was absolutely unbelievable from the deck of the Midway. Just fireworks just blowing off right above your head. It was fantastic. Best fireworks show I've ever experienced.
Okay, all right.
And I
Remember
saw
that.
fireworks at Mount Rushmore one year. That was pretty cool.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, you guys want to know what starting lineups are already? Come on now, it's summertime. Are we talking starting lineups?
Yeah. Who would your starting lineup be
Oh God, are we doing
right
this?
now?
Oh man, I haven't seen enough of Nick Boyd to say he's gonna start. I would love to pencil him in, but boy, I do like the bigger lineup. I like Heidi at the 5. I like JCJ at the 4. I like that a lot. And then I'm thinking like Byrd and Waters just running around in those 2 and 3 spots, just attacking, shooting. Oh my goodness, that's like just, put the dogs out there and sick them. Let them do whatever they want to do. At the point, I'm not sure. I mean, I would be that would be a toss up to me right now. I mean, I've seen more Wayne now at Swish League and USD, but that's kind of a to be determined right there, man.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you, but I think I would put Boyd in as the starting point guard. So I would go Boyd. I love McKinney, love his game. And he may well start if Dutcher wants 2 ball handling guards in the lineup at the same time, which is he's done for how many years now, right? Like that's kind of been the model that they followed. So I could definitely see that happening, but I think I do like that taller lineup. So yeah, I would go Boyd, Waters, Byrd, JCJ, and Miles Heidi at the 5.
Especially knowing we're gonna need rebounding, right? I mean, Jaedon LeDee was just the rebounding machine last year, and with that size, what you're saying. Now I'm seeing Farrell at the 4, Braden. I don't know if you're gonna start that soon right off the bat though. But crazier things can happen. I don't see that. My
No,
gut's not telling me that.
you know what? By the end of the season, who knows? Maybe,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like if he just absolutely goes off and is so productive in the lineup,
You gotta play the best. You gotta play whoever's performing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the guys like McKinney, guys like Farrow, Magoon, I think they're going to get a lot of minutes in the rotation.
Point guard Ryan Schwartz, Art Vandelay. I feel you. I feel you. Hey man,
I would like to see Chemo play. I think he's on a Swish League lineup, but I haven't seen him
yeah,
at all. So yeah,
Ferrari gotta get the Ferrari out there.
yeah. And I didn't see him in any of those videos that the team posted. So I'll have to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be fun. Everybody has their different skill set, their different attributes that they bring. I've never been one to get super tied up in starting fives. I just don't. I think it's at the end of the game or game situations who's playing the best and strategically for that matchup. But there is something to confidence in a player's mind, consistency. So I get it.
Guys who start usually get more minutes, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Yeah.
bottom line.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I think it's a nice little quick assessment on the summer. People, okay. Possible. Guys, I want to thank you all for joining. just wanted to touch base with everybody, kind of give you a little sense of what we're seeing every Sunday at the Swish League, talk about the team, break down everybody's performance, our hopes. I mean, there's still a lot more time, a lot more development to go on this summer. You guys see the team is now starting some of their summer workouts and getting acclimated with the staff and all that good stuff. So hey, hey, if there are some breakout performances this year, hopefully we'll give you guys some insight at the Swish League where you can see some of these guys, fine tuning their stuff and maybe pulling some rabbits out of out of the hat and be like, look out for this guy, look out for this guy. Either way, you guys make sure you are making your way down to Lincoln every Sunday, every Thursday as well. They have games on Thursdays. But Sundays, if you can't make it there physically, tune in. Make sure you subscribe and checking out our game of the week every Sunday, 4 p.m., right? Unless a game goes overtime, it usually pushes it back a little bit, but 4 p.m. Fiend, any wishes for the people on this 4th of July week, patriotic week?
Yeah. Be safe and don't blow your hands off.
Definitely don't do that. Please don't do that. Make sure you guys are eating many hot dogs and all right, everybody. Go Aztecs. See you on Swish League Sunday.
Go Aztecs.